transfer is one of the latest options in natural body contouring, but it can also be used for facial rejuvenation. Here to explain how it works is Dr. Christina Brecht from Aesthetic Rejuvenation. Thanks for joining us. This is fascinating to me. Okay, how does fat transfer work?
All right, well, it's a wonderful tool. It's a natural tool. It's something that we already have unfortunately, an abundance of sometimes.
Right.
But if you don't want it in a certain area, I can remove it from that area and basically do a transplant somewhere else that you do want it.
It sounds like sorcery, and I like it. Okay, so why would someone do this procedure? Why would someone do a fat transfer versus another option?
Well, it is a very natural material. So we can use it for the face. We can use a natural, your own product for volumizing your face, giving a beautiful contour, youthfulness. We can use it for breasts. We can use it for buttocks. Just, give a little lift.
Okay, well, let's look at some of the options here because it is interesting how differently this can all be used. So what areas of the body are most popular for this procedure, and what are we looking at right here?
We are looking at a before and after of face. So we don't want to change what a person looks like. We just want to bring back a little volume, give them back some of their youth. And then this is just bringing back volume into the mid-face. It gives a little lift to the jowls and the temple. And it's just a beautiful, natural look.
Okay. I think we have another before and after.
Yeah, and that's just the other profile. And it just shows how you can just really get a beautiful lift. Very minimal downtime, teeny tiny little dots. The next day, often there's no bruising whatsoever. So it's very nice. And here, this combination of liposuction and fat transfer, and we can take it from the tummy or the saddlebags or love handles, all these wonderful places, and then we can add it into the breast or buttock. And then I love doing backs now because it's just so fun. So we can take a rectangular shape and just give it that beautiful hourglass. And it's all your own. This is all natural. There's no synthetic products. So it's very nice.
And we've seen, you're showing us many different parts of the body. So can it be taken from anywhere?
It can be taken from anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
And put anywhere in the body?
Fat is fair game, yeah.
Okay.
So as long as it's taken out very delicately, you want to make sure that the fat cells remain alive because each one has its own little blood supply. And then when it's transplanted back in, it needs to, hook on to the other blood supply. Exactly. So there is a bit of a technique to that.
Okay, so if you do fat transfer, can the fat come back? Like if you take it off of one part of the body, doesn't mean that it's gone for good there?
So liposuction, it's about taking away fat cells, and those fat cells are gone permanently, but there are still some there.
Okay.
So those fat cells can grow, but if you lose weight, those fat cells can get smaller too.
Okay. What's the recovery time like for something like this?
So fat transfer, liposuction, I would say, take a couple days. Just take it easy. If you do it on a Friday, take the weekend to take it easy and back to work Monday.
And you kind of mentioned it before when we were looking at the facial rejuvenation that had happened, but that there's not much bruising. What about the scarring?
No, it's like a little cat scratch, the areas that I work through.
Wow.
And I use these cannulas that are very delicate, so they kind of weave around the blood supply, and so very rarely do I get bleeding.
For something like the facial rejuvenation, once you have that procedure done, are you good to go, or is it something that you need to get touched up in the future?
Well, we're always in a state of evolution.
Yeah.
So it is a big step in the correct direction, but we can always do little touch-ups here and there. And there's things that we can do for skin resurfacing, and then of course preventative things, wearing our SPF 30 and our sun hats in the sun. But it's a big step boost.
Okay. How often can fat be transferred?
I usually like to wait at least 6 weeks before doing it in the same location. With that said, I could, from 1 week to the next, I could add it to your face, and the next week I could add it to another part of your body.
Okay. And is this always in conjunction with liposuction?
Yeah, because you do need to harvest the fat, and I like to use nice fresh fat. So, and depending on how many sites, 1 or 2 sites may only take an hour to do.
That's how quickly it can be done.
Yeah.
Wow. And is this outpatient?
This is all outpatient. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens if you have had a fat transfer and then you have weight gain afterwards? They're
So you can gain a little bit of volume in those areas as well. So that just makes things even more. So if you've added a little bit of upper pole fullness to a more lax breast, then now you have a little bit extra volume. So that can be a good thing.
right. Who do you recommend this to? Which of your patients do you feel like this is tailor-made?
This is tailor-made for just about anyone, really. Because it's a natural alternative, people really like that. It actually feels more real. So depending on where you're putting it, it actually has a very nice texture, a very natural texture to it. Okay. So it's all for those subtle little lifts, you know.
All right, fascinating. Thanks for joining us today. And for more about fat transfer, other procedures, or if you would like to book a complimentary 20-minute consultation, please visit Dr. Brecht's Aesthetic Rejuvenation website. And after the break, Dr. Brecht